In October this year, Qantas is killing the single best loyalty play of the past 6 years. If you've used Qantas Club or you earn Qantas points on the ground, hoping to convert them to status, the next 6 months are the most important you'll have with the program. There's a window right now to extract everything left in it. And there's a parallel move almost no one is talking about that decides whether you walk into October flat-footed or 3 steps ahead. So get the next 6 months right and lock in grandfathered benefits all the way through 2027 and possibly even to 2028, plus a head start of what comes next and what's replacing it. We'll get them wrong and you'll lose both halves at once. So here's the plan. We'll cover what's dying and why Qantas killed it, every points club benefit you're about to lose, the qualification rules, and the fastest path over the line. What replaces it, who wins, who loses, and exactly what to do in the closing window. And the strategic move that decides whether your next 6 months are wasted or compound into a head start the rest of the program won't catch for a year. So why is Points Club dying? Well, back on the 25th of February this year, Qantas announced what they called the most significant changes to earning and retaining status since the program started. Buried in that announcement, however, was a line that matters most for this episode. Points Club, the program that's been running since March 2020, is being retired in late 2026, probably around October or November. Green tier is also going with it. Now, on the surface, that Qantas framed this as a redistribution. Some benefits are moving to silver, status credits will be earnable on the ground for everyone, and there's a new rollover system coming as well. The official line is that more members will get more value, but that framing skips over the part of the story that actually matters. Points Club is being killed because it worked too well for members and not well enough for Qantas. Qantas Loyalty, the division that runs Qantas Frequent Flyer, made $2.86 billion in revenue last financial year and $556 million in EBIT and a 19% margin. It is the most profitable division in the entire Qantas group, more profitable than actually flying planes. The program runs on a very specific economic model. Qantas earns money when partners pay for points that they give to you. So the partner pays Qantas, Qantas issues you the points, you eventually redeem the points for a flight or a benefit, and Qantas covers the cost. For most members, that loop is fine for Qantas. The points sit, they get devalued slowly, many never get redeemed at all. Points Club broke that loop. A Points Club member could earn points on the ground with Qantas's partners. Those partners paid Qantas for the points, Qantas pocketed that revenue, fine, and that's the model. But then those members took those points and booked classic rewards flights. Rewards flights cost Qantas real money in operating costs, and then on top of that, that member earned status credits on those rewards flights, which qualified for them for silver or gold or platinum status benefits. Status comes with lounge access, bonus points, priority service, all paid for by Qantas, all without the member having to buy an actual paid ticket. So that was double dipping in Qantas's point of view. Members were paying with points that Qantas had already collected revenue on, and then they earned status credits on top of that and unlocking more benefits, all from the same pool. You can see the problem in what members were actually doing. People were hitting gold status using just 9 business class rewards flights spread across a couple of days, costing under 100,000 Qantas points and a couple of $100 in taxes and fees. And alternatively, to get to gold the conventional way by redeeming revenue tickets, that would have cost between $4,000 and $8,000. Others were hitting platinum for under 200,000 Qantas points using double status credits windows. And additionally, these weren't edge cases as well. They were the optimized version of what every savvy member was doing. And Qantas was watching us. So when Andrew Glaze, Qantas's loyalty CEO, says this is about giving more members more access to status credits, that's true. But the deeper truth is this: Qantas points gave too few members too much value and too little revenue going back to Qantas. The new model is designed to fix exactly that. What's replacing Points Club is a system where every Qantas member can earn up to 140 status credits a year from everyday spending across 10 partner categories like banking, insurance, utilities, and groceries. Well, we'll get in the full mechanics in a future episode, but the structure itself tells you what it's for. It spreads status credit earning thinly across a wide base of members, caps the total, and forces diversification so Qantas catches revenue from all 10 categories instead of just 1 or 2 like they previously did. Which means 2 things. and both of them matter for the next 6 months. The first is this: the Points Club is not coming back. Qantas does not redesign their loyalty program every 5 years to walk away from redesign that just fixed their biggest profit leak. The second is harder, and it's the thing that the rest of this episode is about. Whatever model replaces Points Club is being built on the assumption that the old model is being exploited, which means everything you used to do, every strategy you built, every assumption about how to earn status from the ground up, you're about to need to rebuild that from scratch. So Points Club is a recognition program inside Qantas Frequent Flyer. It launched in March 2020 to fix a structural problem with the Qantas program at the time. 2/3 of Qantas points are earned on the ground from credit cards and Woolies and Qantas Wine and BP and utility bonuses from health insurance and everywhere except actually getting on a plane. But the traditional Qantas status system, the one that gives you silver, gold, platinum, platinum 1, only rewards flying. So you had a class of members earning hundreds of thousands of points a year on the ground with no way to convert them effortlessly into status, no lounge access, no priority service. Points Club was built to give that class of members something. The 2-tiered program, and at the bottom is base Points Club. To qualify, you need to earn 150,000 Qantas points within your membership year. The next tier is Points Club Plus, and that requires 350,000 Qantas points in your membership year. There's also a milestone bonus of 2,500 points awarded when you cross 250,000, halfway between the 2 years. Small reward, but worth knowing about if you're targeting plus and might fall just short. Now here's the two things that catches people out. Your qualification window is not the calendar year. Your qualification year is the 12 months from your membership year anniversary date, which means if you join Qantas Frequent Flyer in June, your qualification year runs June to June. To be joined in October, it runs October to October. This matters enormously for the next 6 months because Qantas Club is being retired in late 2026, and your specific anniversary date determines exactly how long you have to qualify and how long your benefits run after that. The next set of rules is around what counts towards qualification. Not every Qantas point you earn counts towards Points Club. There are a few caps and exclusions. The first of which is only 20,000 points from flying account per year. So if you fly a lot and earn 60,000 points from flying, for example, only 20,000 of those gets you closer to Points Club. Additionally, only 20,000 points from Qantas Business Rewards or QBI transfers account per year. The maximum from any single transaction is 125,000 points, which matters because some of the high-value credit card sign-up bonuses post in a single transaction. If you trigger a 130,000 point bonus in one go, only 125 of those count towards Points Club. There's also a couple of exclusions, so family transfers don't count, loyalty bonus points don't count as well, and Platinum 1 rewards points don't count. Refunded bookings obviously as well don't count. What does count is everything else, so credit card spend, earning through Qantas' partners, the online mall and shopping portal, buying Qantas Wine, fuel from BP, health insurance bonuses, and transfers from Amex. But there's one rule that matters more than any other rule combined. This is the rule that if you get wrong, makes Points Club play pointless. Status credits on rewards flights, the single most valuable benefit in the entire program, are only earned at the time of flying, not the time of booking. So if you book a classic rewards flight before you qualify for Points Club, that's fine. The booking sits there, but if you've not crossed the qualification threshold by the date you actually fly, you earn 0 status credits on that flight. Which means if your strategy is to book a reward flight now in May with a plan to qualify your Points Club by August, you need to either qualify before you fly or the entire status credits earning was for nothing. This is one of the most common mistakes people make. They book a long-haul business class flight with the expectation of walking away with 200 odd status credits. They forget to track their Points Club qualification, they fly, and then they earn nothing. Don't be that person and plan your qualification before any status run trips. But here's the upside of getting the timing right. Once you qualify, your benefits activate immediately, and they remain valid through the end of the following membership year. So say if you qualify for Points Club in June 2026, your membership year ends, for example, in December 2026, so you keep your Points Club benefits through to December 2026 and the following entire membership year, which runs through to the December 2027. That means a single qualification in June 2026 gives you a Points Club access for roughly 18 months through the entire transition period through the new system launching, and through the unresolved questions about what happens next. Members who qualify now are buying themselves visibility into the new system while keeping the benefits of the old one. That is a grandfathering opportunity, and it closes when Points Club is retired in late 2026. Which brings us to what you actually get when you do. The crown jewel, status credits on rewards flights. The benefit that made Points Club worth building a strategy around, and the reason Qantas killed it, status credits on rewards flights. Normally, you earn status credits two ways. You buy a ticket and fly it, or you fly on a paid ticket someone else paid for you, like a corporate booking. That's it. Rewards flights don't earn status credits. Unless you're a Points Club member, then they do. The way it works is that Points Club members earn status credits on Qantas marketed Classic Rewards bookings, including Classic Plus, but at a reduced rate compared to revenue fares. So reduction depends on the cabin you fly in, but economy reward flights earn 75% of the equivalent paid fares status credits. Premium economy earns 50%, business class earns 40%, and first class earns 30%. A one-way business class flight from Australia to the US East Coast or to London earns 112 status credits, so a return flight earns 224. For comparison, gold status requires 700 status credits a year, so one return business class flight on the back of the points you earn on the ground takes you almost a third of the way to gold status from a single trip. Other long-haul business class rewards flights also earn well. Northeast and Southeast Asia earns 48 status credits one way, Hawaii 56, West Coast of the US or Dubai earns 72, and Dallas about 80. On the other hand, domestic short-haul rewards flights earn proportionally less, but everything still stacks towards your annual status threshold. And during Qantas's double status credits promotion windows, all those status credits earning are doubled as well. So that 224 status credits returned in business class flight to the East Coast becomes 448 in a double status credit promotion. There'll likely be one more double status promo before Points Club is retired, and we'll cover the full double status play in a separate video. There are some specific rules you need to know about the Points Club status benefit, and it does not apply to every rewards flight. The first rule is the flight must be Qantas marketed, which means the flight has to start with a QF flight number. A classic rewards flight booked through Qantas on a Qantas plane with a QF flight number qualifies. A classic reward flight on a one-world partner like British Airways or Cathay Pacific, Japan Airlines, even though you book through Qantas, does not qualify. You earn 0 status credits on those flights, even as a Points Club member. And Emirates is also a similar trap that people fall into. Qantas and Emirates, although they have a partnership, and you can book Emirates rewards flights through Qantas, and sometimes those flights even have a QF code share flight number attached, but if the flight is operated by Emirates, you earn 0 status credits, even if there's a QF flight number attached. The operating airline is what matters and not the flight number. The second rule is that Qantas Link and wet lease flights are also eligible, so short-haul regional flights and the occasional flight where Qantas leases another carrier's plane still counts as long as it's Qantas marketed. So you can see why Points Club was the most valuable loyalty play in the Qantas program. You earn points on the ground, you convert those points into classic rewards flights, you earn status on those flights at a reduced rate, but still a meaningful rate, and you qualify for silver, gold, platinum status. All of it from points earned on the ground, none of it requiring you to ever buy a paid ticket. The model is unique in global loyalty programs. Almost every other major airline, Delta, United, British Airways, even Virgin, have moved to a revenue-based system. You earn status credits by spending money on the airline. Points earned on the ground do nothing to help. Qantas had the one program that let you build status from the ground up. We'll talk about whether this benefit comes back in any form at the end of the episode, but Qantas Loyalty CEO said they're, quote, looking for a new home for it. So, although that's not a commitment, it's somewhat helpful. For now, the safe assumption is that the next 6 months are the last meaningful window to use this benefit at scale, which means qualifying for Points Club is step 1, and step 2 is actually getting on the rewards flights to extract the maximum value status credits we can. But before we get there, we need to understand what else Points Club gives you. So what are all the other Points Club benefits? The status credits on rewards flight is the headline benefit, but it's by far the only one. There are 5 or 6 other benefits attached to Points Club, and a couple of them are worth hundreds of dollars each year on their own. So starting with the most valuable, the second biggest Points Club benefit is lounge access. But the lounge access you get depends on which tier you qualify for. If you qualify for base Points Club, you get 2 digital lounge invitations per year. Those lounge invitations are transferable, so you can use them on a one-off trip where you want lounge access without paying for it, or you can pass them to someone else who wants them. Important to note though, from July 1, 2026, these complimentary lounge invitations will only be transferable to people travelling with you. So if you want it to give to a friend or family member for their own separate trip, do that before July. If you qualify for Points Club Plus, you get a full complimentary Qantas Club membership for the year. That's the same as the Qantas Club membership that costs $699 at full price. So qualifying for Points Club saves you nearly $700 a year on Qantas Club access alone. That gets you to roughly 80% of Qantas and their partner lounges across Australia, but also internationally as well. However, there's a catch on the lounge benefit, and it matters if you already hold a higher status. The Qantas Club membership that comes with Points Club Plus is digital only. There's no physical card, and it cannot be transferred or gifted if you already hold Qantas Gold or higher status, because Qantas takes a position that you can't gift a benefit you already have through your tier status. Which means if you're already Gold or Platinum, the Qantas Club component of Qantas Points Club is essentially worthless to you. You're already getting better lounge access through your status tiers. The fact alone changes the calculation on whether Points Club Plus is worth chasing for existing higher tier members. The third benefit is one that is Points Club Plus only, is a status credit rollover. Plus members can roll over up to 100 status credits from one membership year into the next. Practically, that means if you're chasing Gold maintenance, which requires 600 status credits a year, the 100 status credits rollover effectively lowers your real maintenance threshold down to 500 status credits. That's extremely useful if you're borderline Gold freaking flyer, who sometimes hits 700 status credits and sometimes scrapes 550. 2 specific rules on the rollover. The first is that if you earn fewer than 100 status credits above your tier threshold, only the actual amounts roll over. So if you earn 50 status credits above your tier threshold, only 50 roll forward. The second is that rollover does not count towards your Platinum 1 qualification or maintenance. If you're chasing Platinum 1, you have to hit the 3,600 status credits in a single membership year, regardless of any Points Club rollover. The rollover only applies to Silver, Gold and Platinum. The remaining benefits for Points Club are smaller individually, but they stack up for value. So Points Club gives you 25% bonus points on Qantas hotels bookings, plus and Points Club Plus gives you 50%. Both tiers get a Qantas hotel voucher. The base is $50 and Qantas Points Club Plus, you get $100. Both tiers get all-accor Fast Track Silver. Base members get after 2 stays of 2 or more nights. Plus members get it after just 1. Qantas Wine gives both tiers free premium membership access, plus a $50 birthday voucher. Plus members get a second $50 voucher and a 10% ongoing discount. Qantas Reward Store gives base members 5% off and plus members 10% off. Travel insurance through Qantas earns plus members triple the usual bonus points and base members double. Both tiers get a 1-class car upgrade on Avis with eligible bookings. Both tiers get access to a priority service centre, which matters more than people expect if you're trying to fix a complicated booking over the phone. There are 3 pieces of fine print on partner benefits worth knowing. The Qantas Hotels bonus exclude Airbnb. Even though through Airbnb is bookable through the Qantas Hotels portal, these bookings do not earn the Points Club bonus. The Qantas Wine 10% off, which is the plus only benefit, excludes Penfold, annoyingly because Penfold is the one category where 10% off would actually move the needle on cost. And all the vouchers and lounge invitations expire at the membership year rollover. They do not bank and they don't extend, so you need to use them or transfer them before your membership year ends. Why does any of this matter if status credits on rewards flight is the headline benefit? Because once you add up all the lounge access, the partner benefits, the rollover, and the priority service, Plus members are looking at well over $800 of tangible value per year before factoring in a single status credit from a reward flight. Which means even if you are not planning a big international rewards flight in the next 6 months, qualifying for Points Club still pays for itself through the partner benefits alone. And if you do plan to use the reward flight benefit, those partner benefits are essentially a bonus on top. So the question becomes which tier to target, base points club at 150,000 points or plus at 350,000. There's not always an obvious decision, and it depends on 3 specific factors. Here's how to make the call. So is plus actually worth the marginal 200,000 points? Here are the marginal benefits you get for that extra 300,000 points on top of the base points club. Then the 3 specific factors that decide whether plus is worth chasing for you specifically. You get roughly 5 extra things at plus. The biggest by a long way is the Qantas Club membership. Worth $700, that replaces the 2 digital memberships that the base members get. The second is the 100 status credits rollover, which has no fixed dollar value, but matters enormously if you're chasing or maintaining gold and platinum status. The third is an extra $50 in Qantas hotel vouchers, so you get $100 in hotel vouchers at plus instead of the base 50. Fourth is an extra $50 Qantas wine voucher, plus a 10% ongoing Qantas wine discount. That can be pretty handy as Qantas wine is a great arbitrage in buying points cheaply. And the fifth is small, but a 25% extra hotels bonus points and 5% extra discount on the Qantas reward store and a slightly higher travel insurance points boost. The marginal value of plus over base depends heavily on how you would otherwise buy Qantas Club. If you would buy Qantas Club at full price, plus is worth roughly $700 to $800 more per year than base in quantifiable benefits. If you would never buy Qantas Club at all, the marginal value drops to maybe $150 to $250 in extra vouchers and partner discounts, plus the status credits rollover, which has variable value depending on your status situation. Which brings us to the 3 factors that actually decide whether plus is worth chasing for you. Factor 1 is your current status or the status you're chasing. If you're sitting at silver and chasing gold, the 100 status credits rollover lowers your effective gold maintenance threshold from 600 to 500. That makes a real repeatable difference year over year. If you're sitting at gold and chasing platinum, the same thing. The 100 status credits rollover lowers your effective platinum threshold from 1400 to 1300. If you're not currently chasing or maintaining any status tier, the rollover is essentially a parking spot for unused status credits. Nice to have, but not the deciding benefit. If you're chasing Platinum 1 specifically, the rollover does not count towards the Platinum 1 qualification or maintenance. Factor 2 is whether you already have lounge access through your tier status. This is the biggest single factor for higher tier members. If you're gold or platinum already, you already have lounge access at most Qantas and partner lounges. The Qantas Club membership component of Plus, which is the largest dollar value benefit of a marginal calculation, is worth essentially zero to you because you already have what it gives. That removes $700 worth of benefit from the Plus calculation. If you're silver or bronze, the Qantas Club membership is full value to you. Factor 3 is what it actually costs you to earn those 200,000 extra points. This is the factor that catches many people out. If you're someone whose natural household spending and existing earning patterns will get you close to 350,000 points without much extra effort, Plus is essentially free to upgrade to. There's so many examples of households earning over 370,000 Qantas points in a year without any specific bonus chasing. Just normal people across credit card spending, Woolies, Qantas wine, health insurance, and partner earning. And for those people, hitting Plus instead of base is a few percent more effort for materially more benefit. But if you're someone who would actively chase the extra 200,000 points through a paid credit card sign-up, expensive sign-up bonuses, or out-of-pocket spending that you would not have to do otherwise, the math gets a bit harder because you might be paying real annual fees on additional credit cards, real out-of-pocket spend on Qantas health insurance policy you didn't need, or absorbing real opportunity cost on transferring Amex points instead of holding them. The other thing you might consider as well is switching to Velocity once you've hit Points Club and spreading your eggs across more and diversifying your points earning strategy. Putting these factors together, here's the decision. Plus is worth chasing if you are between silver and platinum and actively chasing or maintaining status, so the 100 status credits rollover earns its value. You do not already have gold or higher status, so the Points Club membership is full value to you. You can hit the 350,000 points without significant out-of-pocket spending, that you would not have done otherwise. And if all three of those conditions are true, you can push for plus. If only two are true, it's still probably worth doing, but the math gets a bit closer. If only one is true, Base Points Club at 150,000 points is probably the better target. You get the headline benefit of status credits on rewards flights, plus the partner perks, lounge invitations, and priority service, all for less effort. The one specific case where this is ambiguous is if you already hold gold or platinum status. You don't need the status credit rollover from your status math and just go for Base Points Club. The extra 200,000 points to hit plus will not return any commensurate value in and of itself. Now you know exactly what Points Club gives you, you know what the crown jewel benefit is and which tier to target. In part 2, we'll go into the playbook, how to actually qualify in the next 6 months, the 3 shutdown waves Qantas is rolling out between now and late 2027, who wins, who loses, and the 5-step action plan before the window closes. So if you're serious about locking this in, don't wait on part 2, subscribe so it hits your feed the moment it drops. I'll see you there.